Before, after. Caden also developed out a recruiting strategy that he thought was genius. Now let's walk through how Caden did this.
I feel like this program helped me a lot. Like it's got me mentally prepared. It's building discipline. So I would say it's those the big three really: lifting, hitting, speed. My arm feel has gone up, just everything. Dude, I was like 7-7. I've gotten down to 7-1s and 7-2s. What you did, like the whole thing, like it's genius. Like seriously, like getting out those coaches. That's
The time between your sophomore and junior year was really when it mattered most.
getting the emails out and stuff. Like it makes you like want to send emails too. Like it builds discipline. It makes you like want to send more and more and more because like your method is just so smart and like it's easy too. Like I mean, again, just do the program. Like it got me so much better.
Going forward, we found a friend in you, Evan, and
Yes, I know, dude. It's crazy. Like
That's awesome.
Like all the training, it's paying off, and it's crazy because like I never thought I would get to that. Like I always felt like I would go down a little bit, but I've gotten a lot faster.
All right, we got Caden and Kevin. Feel free to introduce yourselves.
I'm Kaden Mitchell. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm a 2028 grad, and I play outfield.
Cool. And accompanied by Kevin, Caden's dad.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, before joining into my program, Caden, like what was baseball like for you?
It was everything. Like I woke up. I always loved baseball, and ever since I've always been just grinding at it, just trying to pick and eventually just reach my goals and stuff. So
Absolutely. And mentally, before joining in, what were you kind of going through? Walk me through what your day to day looked like, the areas that you were uncertain of. Just walk me through those things.
I before it was kind of tough. I feel like this program helped me a lot. Like it's got me mentally prepared. It's building discipline, and I just gotten a lot better at this program. And before I didn't have that, and it's just making me just an all around better baseball player, and it really has. So.
I love that. Let's kind of dive in and double click into that. So you mentioned you feel a lot better and more prepared. Walk me through like what areas do you feel more prepared and that much more confident?
I mean, I feel more prepared overall hitting, I would say. Like my hitting has gotten a lot better, like since I joined, and just like with the workouts, and especially speed. The speed has got me a lot better too. So I would say it's those the big three really: lifting, hitting, speed. My arm feel has gone up, just everything. So
I love it. I love it. Good to hear. With you mentioned the speed was probably the biggest jump. What were some of like your numbers before joining in, and then what are they, now?
dude, I was like 7-7 maybe, and because I was doing those 5-10-5s like a lot, like lots of times, I've gone down to 7-1s and 7-2s, and I used to never be like that range. And the
Okay.
fact I'm there now is pretty incredible. So
So over a half a second down from your 60.
yes,
Wasn't a super crazy workout program, right? Like it
mm,
wasn't with a ton of bells and whistles, right? So walk me through kind of just like what that took to help get your 60 time down to close to a 7 second. Because that's a wild jump, dude. That's awesome.
I mean, I just went at it. Like I did all the drills that you're showing me and stuff, and I were to the 5-10-5s. I train my 60 a lot, and I do sprints. I do all these things, and it just helps me. And it gets me to where my 60 is right now, and it's a good number that I'm happy with. And I think that like
Mhm.
if I keep doing this, it's gonna get even higher, and I'm gonna get to like from a 7-1, 7-2 to like a 6-8 as an outfielder, which is pretty good. So
Yeah, you're putting yourself in the conversation. That's
yeah.
all, really you can ask for. With the training of the 5-10-5s, the way that you were training in your 60 times, walk me through, like, have you ever kind of tracked the data the way that we did inside that, inside that sprinting program?
Yes, all the time. I tracked it all the time. I mean, when I first started, I was kind of like in like the high fours, maybe like high fives or like low fives, whatever. And I just kept going and going and going and going. And then I think I got down to like a 4-3, right? Wasn't it something like that? Like a four, yeah, so somewhere around there. But it was a crazy jump. Like I
Mhm.
was at like progressively 4-6, 4-7, whatever, and then it got down to like a 4-3, and that's like pretty solid.
Let's go. But
Yeah.
like before joining in, did you like track any metrics on like a daily basis, or was this more you go to a showcase, you kind of knew some of your numbers?
More go to a showcase, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
more I just showed up and just went at it. But because like the training I've gotten so much better.
I love that. I love that. From your perspective, everything, Kevin, you get to see Caden every single day and how he's putting in the work. What were some changes that you've seen from Dad's perspective?
We had put in Caden in some sprinting programs, like one on ones with other coaches, and I don't, I gotta be honest. I didn't know what 5-10-5 even was prior to your program, and knowing that we were one on one with other people and we weren't getting that, it's just went to say, all right, maybe this wasn't really the best speed coach prior, and who we were using prior to you. And yeah, I was the one out there hitting that stopwatch and going with him, and the kid grinds. There's times when I walk in and he's downstairs in our garage just working at it hard, and I'm like, dude, there he goes down there again. So it's pretty good. Discipline's there for sure.
I love that. No, it's definitely a necessary area that we need to be focusing on to, make those jumps like you have so far, Caden. Let's walk through a little bit on the recruiting side, with sending out emails, feeling a little bit more comfortable with that process. Before joining in, where were you at in the recruiting realm? Like, did you know how to do any of these things, or were you kind of just
Not
starting
at all.
out?
Like what you did, like the whole thing, like it's genius. Like seriously, like getting out those coaches, especially like the I forgot what it was called. It was like this app they used that like sent like the templates and then to
Yeah.
different coaches and stuff.
Hmm.
And like it's just so smart because like and you can do it like so many times too, and you
Hmm.
can keep sending them, and then new people can just find out who you are. And I feel like without that, like I don't know where I'd be. Like and like I feel like now that the coaches know who my name is, I mean I could potentially be on the radar. And going into summer, like some of those coaches might like want to
Hmm.
reach out, might want to talk. So I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd see that too. I mean, we're going to learn a lot this summer,
yeah,
right? Going between the sophomore and junior year, and the whole intent in getting into your program at that time was whether this is all uncharted waters for us.
Hmm.
Uh, there's nobody's gone before him, and there's not going to be anybody in our field that's going to go behind him. So, and so we just had always heard that the time between your sophomore and junior year was really when it mattered most.
yes, in this summer, yeah.
Certainly that summertime.
Hmm.
And so we were just kind of scouring to figure out who could help us get prepared and get on the radar. And that's where we came across you, Evan. So,
Mhm.
yeah, we'll know a lot this summer. We have Caden was fortunate enough through your program to make a national team that he's able to travel to several cities this summer. And so, yeah, let's get some exposure and see what your program allows him to
Yep.
show.
Yeah, yeah, no, I love that. Of course, like it happens before the summer. I think a lot of people get that misunderstanding that like, oh, it's now the summertime. Now we're going to focus on these things, which you guys took a little bit of a different approach. You were more what I like to refer to as proactive than reactive. So
Yeah.
walk me through, I guess, you mentioned you came across, probably like a video of mine or whatnot. Who was it that actually like came across my page? Was it you, Caden, or was it you, Kevin?
It was kind of a mix, like because like I've been seeing like so many times on social media.
Really?
Like
Okay,
I keep
cool.
seeing all your videos, and I'm like,
Cool.
and I see like it was like send me a DM or something like that to like get on my path or whatever. And I was like, this is a good idea, and I feel like I should just try this. And then my dad saw it too. My dad was sending me videos, and then like we
Really?
kind of both connected there, and we are like, why not? And it worked out, and yeah, so
That's actually
I've
really
got
cool.
I've gotten so much better.
Let's go. That's really cool. That's how they were kind of like working in the same direction.
Yeah.
That's not always the case. Um,
Mm.
Well,
cool.
you get these algorithms on the social
Yeah, I
media,
because like
Yeah.
I keep searching baseball videos and see Evan's name, and it's like it
and
just
then
keeps popping
I
up.
follow baseball because I'm trying to find things for him, and then that's
Yeah.
how your
Yeah.
algorithm just came across our feeds, which
Yeah.
is hey, it's perfect, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Cool. Cool. With of course with everything that you know though, with inside the program, the structure and the workout programs, the recruiting side, when do you feel like is the best time or the perfect time to get these resources, if there was a time?
What do you think?
I think we had a perfectly good time because,
Yeah.
like I said, the sophomore year between sophomore and junior, and again, I could be wrong, but that's what I've been told,
Hmm.
and so I feel like we're primed pretty nicely to be getting into the junior and senior year of high school,
Hmm.
getting our name out there prior to being able to be talked to. Because I think it was like June 1st or whatever of your junior year is when you can officially be talked to by
Yeah,
the
junior year.
scouts or coaches. And so get on the radar now so that we're prime ready to go for the junior year of summer ball into fall ball. And you got basically 2 straight years to figure out, where what you're going to do in the college world.
Yeah.
So I think it's a perfectly good time. Like I would even go as far as to say that if we had done it last year in a freshman, that it may be premature. And I could be wrong when saying that, Evan, but I feel like it could be premature because I don't know that coaches are looking at the freshmen like they are the sophomores, and they're starting
Hmm.
to look at the juniors more than they are the sophomores. So it's like think
Yeah,
it's perfect timing, honestly.
I
Okay.
agree.
So that sophomore year is kind of like where you feel comfortable. It's just something that I always have conversations with families, and sometimes they are looking for that perfect time. And like to be honest with you, I don't have an answer sometimes to that question because like I think the perfect time is when the family feels like it is, right? If
Yeah.
the freshman needs that type of structure to be able to build that foundation, I think it's important then. But of course, on the recruiting side, that's when like sophomore, juniors is, more of a focus. Well, cool. I guess really, last question as we're kind of like wrapping up. Let's say that there is a family kind of sitting on the fence, been watching, maybe some of my content on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever the case may be, kind of like how you guys did. Um, what would you tell them as far as, my program, what to expect, things of that nature?
I would tell them to do it 100% because personally for me, like I've gotten so much better. Like I don't know, like getting the emails out and stuff, like it makes you like want to send emails too. Like it builds discipline. It makes you like want to send more and more and more because like your method is just so smart and like it's easy too. Like it's not so hard where like you're like spending hours in email. You just use the template, put the college coach in the college in, and it sends out, and then you got like hundreds of emails to college coaches.
Mhm.
And then just like the lifting program, like it's all structured, it's perfect, and like again, like I've gotten it's so helpful, and I feel like if families do it too, like they're gonna see tremendous growth. So
I would say you have to be committed,
yeah,
and
and yeah,
Caden's not wrong. As far as putting in all the cool things that the program offers, but if you don't put in the time or the effort, then you're wasting your time. Like you have, but that's with anything. It's not just with your program; it's any program. And if all it's laid out on the table there for you to be successful, then it's up to you to make sure you're successful. And so yeah, as long as you're disciplined, you put in the time. What this program has lots of value.
mm-hmm.
I always like to say if you make the final supper, like a massive table of a bunch of food and you're hungry, you can't expect someone to feed you. You're going to be the one that has to feed yourself, right? And I think that goes with anything in life, in baseball, right? There's so many resources that can be available. It's, of course, up to you, Caden. And that's something that you've shown through this process, right? So I commend you for taking that action, for trusting yourself, investing in yourself, because that's what will pay you back for really the rest of your life.
100%.
Um, well, cool. Any last words as we kind of just wrap up? Anything in particular that you kind of want to leave the audience with?
Um, I think I'm good. I think I said a lot, but I mean, again, just do the program. Like it's made got me so much better, and like I don't know where I would be if I didn't do this program. Like speed, throwing, arm velo, just hitting, mechanic, everything. So yeah,
I'd say, I feel like going forward, that we've found a friend in you, Evan,
yes,
and so we can confide in even after this program. In fact, I hope that's. I'm sure that I know that'll be true because we will continue to look back and say, now what do we do? What do we do here? And even though we have the template, the platforms in front of us, um, it's nice to be able to call somebody and lean on them because there's still some areas that we're going to find ourselves are great. Hey, what do we do here?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And also, I didn't know how much your 60 time went down. That's really
Dude,
really good.
I know, dude. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Like all the training, it's paying off, and it's crazy because like I never thought I would get to that. Like I always felt like I would go down a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, but I've gotten a lot faster.
Well, here's
And
a
it's like it's kind of shocking to me, like how
And
fast
that
I'm
was
going.
like what in 3 or 4 months?
Yes, around there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
well,
really
It's
here's
insane.
to be fair, he's we're right there in his prime of the first half of his high school career. It's right when everybody's starting to hit maturity, starting everybody, and
Yeah.
so when you're measuring against a freshman time to a sophomore time, and there's absolutely a lot to be said with your program. I'm not taking
Yeah.
it whatsoever, but it's just like his bench press. If he didn't do any of his workouts, but just got mature, he's going to start to get a little stronger as in
Yeah.
bench. It's because you got a
Mm.
1 year older, one more year of maturity. So there is some truth to that because he's right in that prime, which is again goes back to the timing of everything. What a great time to be involved because not only is it timing up for the education and with the coaching, but it's also timing up with your body. Like his body is going from a 15 to an 8 to a 17-year-old during this time, 16,
Mm.
whatever, right? And that's right when you get growth spurts, when you get stronger, it's when you get faster, it's when you get all
Mm.
those things. And so there is some truth to that timing up as well.
Yeah. I think it's also like, and I definitely hit some growth spurts it's what we're doing also during those growth spurts, right? Like if we're sitting on the couch playing video games and hit a growth spurt, like we're gonna grow, we're gonna get bigger and stronger
Yeah.
kind of naturally as a byproduct. But like using like basically puberty as an advantage, like kind of
Absolutely.
what you're doing through that, that kind of helps you
That's my point
Build
exactly.
more.
create basically the player that you become, right? So no,
If you
that's
can,
really
like,
awesome.
yeah, if you're able to, like, double down on your puberty, time of your
Exactly.
puberty mid workout.
Double down. Yeah, double down. That's the best way to explain it, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I think that's where you see that sprint come down half a second or whatever.
Yeah.